Good morning, everybody. I am Matt McRae with Chelsea Insurance Group. It is November 26, 2018. I hope everybody had a wonderful Thanksgiving and you were able to spend some good quality time with your family and friends and just made the best of it. I know that we did. In my family, we had a couple of different meals to go to. We had relatives coming in from all different areas across the country. But it was a great time, fun weekend, lots of crazy stuff going on. But anyways, let's get into today's call. Today we are going to talk about the differences in our leads and just getting everybody geared up for the next 4 to 5 weeks left remaining in this year. So let's first talk about, let me jump over here to our screen. Let's first talk about, pull it up here, the average sales that we are doing as a group. So if you look here at the screen, if you're looking at the screen, if you're on the live stream, you're going to see that our current monthly average premium is $1,003.44. That breaks down to $83.62 per month. And the year-to-date average premium for the entire year, this is all final expense policies written through Chelsea Insurance Group. Our average annual premium is $851.54. That tells me that the average sale that our agents are writing per deal is just under $71 per month. Much higher than what the averages are that we see at other agencies. So great job, everybody that's writing the deals. Good job. So let's go ahead and jump into the training. Today I want to talk about the differences in our leads, and then let's talk a little bit about activity levels during the next 5 weeks. But this topic, you may say, Matt, it seems like you talk about leads an awful lot. And the reason I do that is because of how important the leads really are. The leads are the lifeblood of an agent's, income. I mean, you've got to have leads. You have to have leads. You have to have a constant flow of leads, I believe, in order to be successful in this market. You can't sporadically order leads here, order leads there. You've got to be on a consistent routine and consistent marketing of your business. You are a business owner. So let's take a look at our different types of leads. The first one is our offshore telemarketed leads. Hold on a second. Now, these offshore telemarketed leads are $10 each. They have a very quick turnaround time. Typically, as long as your area is producing leads well, we can get you started with leads in just a couple of days. 2 to 3 days, and we're going to start your order from the time that it's placed on our website, sometimes even faster. That's until you start receiving leads, and we can typically have your entire order of leads, your entire order finished within a week. That's our goal. This type of lead does require 2 to 5 counties or more, depending on your area. Now, if you tell me that you're in Chicago and you don't want to provide a bunch of counties, that's completely fine. We do have the option to do zip codes as well. But that's just in like Los Angeles or Chicago, in areas like that are very populated areas. Typically, for most of our agents, we require 2 to 5 counties on the telemarketed leads. Sorry, I'm getting some feedback here. There we go. Sorry about that. Okay, and the other thing about the offshore telemarketed leads, in order for you to produce a decent amount of business to make it work, you've got to get a lot of leads. So don't think that getting 10 or 15 leads on a weekly basis of these offshore telemarketed leads is going to do you any good. I recommend 20, 30, or 40 leads on a weekly basis, as often as you can do that. Option 2 for our leads for agents. This is our Facebook lead. We just rolled these out recently, but what we're noticing so far, well, the price on these is $350, and you get 20 leads. So 350 divided by 20, I think that's $17.50 per lead. These also offer a quick turnaround time. Typically, if you place an order today, we can have you have your order into Facebook, and then it depends on how long it takes them to approve. Usually it's just a few hours, but sometimes, so if you place an order today, you should start receiving leads by tomorrow, as long as your area is polling decently in Facebook and there's not a lot of other final expense agents in your area that are advertising on Facebook. Now, this is one of the leads that we offer in both English and Spanish. So those of you agents who speak Spanish and you work in areas that offer or that has a lot of people who speak Spanish, let us know you want to try the Spanish ones. So far from the agents who have been testing the Spanish ones for us, they're providing a lot of very good feedback on those. So, that's the next line here is high quality. So the Facebook leads, we are deeming those as a high quality lead. Some of the, something important to note is make sure you call these leads back quickly. Now, when you get a Facebook lead, as soon as the person requests that lead on Facebook, the system it's not going to enter your lead into our lead delivery system that we use called NAC. The lead is going to be delivered directly to you immediately, or actually I should say within 2 minutes. And I say 2 minutes is because we run an app that every 2 minutes it pulls all the new leads and sends them out in an email. So, but typically you're going to get that within 30 seconds to 2 minutes from the time the person hits submit on that. So you're going to get the lead very quickly. If you pick up your phone, and you get that in your email, if you pick up your phone and call that person as soon as you got it, there's a good chance they could still be reading the ad. There's a good chance that they're still on Facebook sitting there. Call those leads right away. They just requested it. And today, this is the age of everybody wants something lickety-split. It's the age of Googling something and getting an immediate answer, immediate result, asking your Alexa. People are used to getting something right away. So if they're submitting a quote request on Facebook, you get that notification right away. You should pick up the phone and call them. Another thing about the Facebook leads, we program your telephone number and your name into the form. So when they click to get request quote, their thank you page is going to pop up after they've done that. And on that thank you page, it's going to have your name, and then they have a little button that they can click. It says contact us. If they click that contact us, now 99% of the leads that are coming through Facebook are all coming from mobile devices. People aren't on their desktop computer requesting these. They're on their mobile device. So if they click the contact us right there on the thank you page, that's going to open up their telephone app in their cell phone or their smartphone, and it's going to be preloaded with your phone number. So they're going to, many times, before you even receive the email, you're going to get a phone call and says that, I just requested a quote. I'm interested in life insurance. So make sure you're answering your phone. Okay, so call them back quickly. Now the Facebook leads, when we take an order, we provide us with a city or a zip code, and what we do is we go to Facebook and say, pull us people that are 50 and older, around this area. Now, we typically can put in 20 or 25 mile radius, but if you're in a very rural area, we're going to need to expand that out because Facebook will come back and say you're not going to get any leads because that area is too small. There's not enough people that are in there. So what we do is we can increase that to 50. Now, sometimes you may get a lead that's going to be 60 or 65 miles out. But typically we try and keep those, 50 miles or less. When we place your order initially with Facebook, we start at 20 or 25 and only increase that if it's absolutely necessary. And that's all based on your area. So that's our second type of lead. That's the Facebook leads at $350 for 20 leads. That's a great deal. Now, direct mail. This is the first type of lead that I'm going to talk about that we actually don't control here in our agency. The telemarketed, we do those. We have the call centers. We process those orders. The Facebook, we have a direct relationship with Facebook. We are not going to a third-party vendor to generate your leads. Direct mail. We do not have a mail house inside of our building. What we do is we recommend about 3 or 4 different mail house carriers that you can use. You can use any carrier that you want, any mail carrier that you want. But for the direct mail, you're typically going to pay around $525 for a 1,000-piece mailer, unless you go with one of the lead companies that does a pay per lead. And you can get the pay-per leads typically for $29 per lead. The minimum order is $20, so it's $580. And any extra lead that comes in, as those leads come in, they charge you for those. We do have one that if extra leads come in, they only charge you half price. But that company does not do it in every area across the country. So you'd have to ask them specifically if they do the mail per lead in your area. They charge $31. You order 20, but if more than 20 come in, they only charge you half price for the extras. Now, as far as the direct mail go, we do work, I've said this, we do work with multiple different vendors with different lead variations. Every one of them has their own direct mail piece. I suggest if you're going to do direct mail, you're looking for the ones that talk about life insurance. They don't offer a free, gift card or anything like that. If you do the ones that offer a free Walmart gift card or whatever, your response rate will be higher and you'll get more leads. You'll have more people to go see, but you're going to have to show up with a $5 gift card to Walmart. You can order the direct mail typically by zip code. You don't have to you don't have to do a big 25 or 50 mile radius. You don't have to provide 2 to 5 different counties. You can typically order zip code because the reason you could do that with the direct mail and not with the telemarketed is simply just because when you're doing direct mail, you don't have to worry about the national do not call list. One of the downfalls is on the direct mail is it takes 3 or more weeks to receive leads. So once you spend your money, $525 or $580 if you're ordering the pay per lead, it's going to be 3 to 4 weeks before you start seeing those leads come in. And you really need to continue to order on a weekly basis because once your leads do come in, you want to work those and you will have a new batch coming in the next week. So in the direct mail, you just got to get into a hat. You got to outlay a lot of money up front over the first 3 to 4 weeks. But if you're doing that on a weekly basis, once you get into the routine of getting leads on a weekly basis, then it's a pretty nice steady flow of those, and that works out good. We rate the direct mail leads as a high quality lead. And the last option I'm going to look at here is basically generate your own leads with a dialer. We have a dialing system. You can get a dialer for about $147 a month. That's going to come with, cold calling lists that are scrubbed against the National Do Not Call Registry right in the areas that you want to work. This is a very cheap way of generating leads. If you don't have money to spend, but you have plenty of time, or you want to be in more control over what's said on a telemarketed lead, You can even hire your own telemarketer yourself, get a dialer, and instead of paying us $10 to hire people overseas, you could get a dialer, hire a friend you know, or place an ad on Craigslist or whatever. You can find a college student or whatever, put them on the dialing system, let them generate leads for you, and then just pay them, an hourly wage, or pay them for every appointment that gets set, or however you want to work that out with somebody. But you can get the dialing system for $147 per month. And since you're with Chelsea Insurance Group and we own the dialer company as well, we could actually get you a discount on that. So if that's something you're interested in, just let us know. But that's a very cheap way. It's hard work. If you've never done cold calling before, most agents look at me and say, there's no way I'm going to do cold calling. I'll just pay your telemarketers $10 for every time that they find a lead for me. It makes it so simple and easy. But those are the different types of lead programs that we offer. Get familiar with these. And my recommendation is to definitely get onto a program where you are able to get leads on a weekly, consistent basis. So I'm gonna pull up my calculator here, and let's take a look at let's just run some numbers here real quick. So let's say you order some telemarketed leads. Let's say you get $10 leads, and let's say you go ahead and order 30 leads. So 30 times 10, that's $300, and you get 30 chances. 30 chances at selling a policy. So out of that 30, let's go, most agents are closing anywhere from 15 to 25% of these leads are turning into a sale. But when I'm demonstrating figures, I like to go low. So let's say that you only close 10%. So multiply that 30 times 0.1 equals, that's 3 sales. So that's taking 30 leads, okay? 30 leads, and only converting into a sale 10%. And remember, most agents do much better than that. And if you remember earlier when we talked about what the average annual premium is. It's $851. So let's take those 3 sales and multiply it by, we'll call it 850. No, let's call it 800. So 3 times 800, we even cut it lower than the average that we've seen for the entire year. So now you're looking at $2,400 of annualized premium. Now, let's take a look at what your commission level is. This is where you're going to multiply it by your commission level. We're not going to talk about any. Let's just go with 100% commission. So if you're at 100% commission, you just made $2,400, and it only cost you that $300 in leads. So you subtract your $300, and that's $2,100 that you profited for that week. And yes, I understand that you don't get all $2,400 up front. But let's say, you typically get a 9-month advance. So let's go ahead and calculate that. So 2,400 times 0.75. That's the same as doing a 9-month advance. So you are going to take home this week, if you only close 3 sales out of 30 leads, and your average annual premium is $800, which is, $68, $67, $65 a month, something like that. You're going to take home $1,800. That's your commission if you're at 100% commission level. If you're at a lower commission level, just kind of redo the numbers. If you're at a little higher commission level, just redo the numbers. These numbers are based on 30 leads, telemarketed leads, closing 10%, and being at a 100% commission schedule. $1,800. But let's go ahead and bring that number back up to the $2,400, because that's actually what you make after the, by the 12th month, and you've received your entire commission for those sales. So $2,400. Let's say you take a couple of weeks off, and you work 50 weeks. That's 6 figures right there. That's $120,000 a year in commissions. Taking 2 weeks off, that's pretty good. A lot of people in this country can't say that they make 6 figures. We've laid this out for you for final expense agents. It's not that hard to do, but what it does take is it takes you, the agent, ordering leads. And believe me, that's only step 1. When those leads start coming in, you have to actually pick up the phone and call them and go see the people. When you go see the people, you've got to have when you call them, you've got to have some sort of selling skills over the phone, because you have to sell yourself and you have to get an appointment. When you get an appointment, you have to actually go show up. When you show up to that appointment, you actually have to, you have to do a warm-up. You have to go through a sales presentation. You have to provide them with a quote. And you have to ask them to buy. And when they tell you no, you've got to push a little harder. You've got to find out why they're telling you no. And you've got to get them to convert. So, it takes more than just getting the leads. But that's where it starts. You've got to order the leads. So let's go back here to the PDF, and let me get this calculator out of here. And let's scroll through the next page on this. And the next page, basically it's calendar. We're past the Thanksgiving week. We are now the last week of November. So that's 1 week. And then we have the 1, 2, 3, basically 3 full weeks in December. I know how a lot of agents are, and they don't like to work the week during Christmas. So that's fine. So we're going to take the 3 weeks prior to Christmas, and we're going to take the 1 week in November. That's 4 weeks, agents. That's 4 weeks that we have remaining in 2018. Are you going to go into 2019 coming off of a very strong month? Are you going to go into 2019 carrying some momentum, having a pipeline already created? Because you're going to talk to people in November, December. You're going to order leads, you're going to go out and see people, you're going to talk to people, and they're not going to be ready to buy until after the first of the year. That's okay. You're going to find plenty of people that are ready to buy. But if you can have a strong month in the month of December, that's going to carry over into January, and you're going to have a very strong start to next year as well, because you're already going to have some people lined up that said, I'll buy, after the holidays. So get on our website or pick up the phone and call some of these direct mail places, whatever it takes. If you like the direct mail leads, go get some orders in. Order your leads. If you like to try the Facebook because you haven't tried them yet, get the orders in now. If you like the telemarketed leads, the $10 leads, come on, these are $10. $10 leads. Whatever lead that you like to work, if you like to work a blend, get your lead orders in so we can go ahead and go strong, end November on a strong note, and we can move right into December on a strong note, and then we can move into 2019 on an even stronger note. So that's it for the call today. Thank you for joining. Thank you for being a part of Chelsea Insurance Group. We appreciate every one of you and every bit of business that you send our way. We love working with you. We enjoy helping and being part of a team. Let's continue to end this year strong. Thank you very much, and have a great week.